You find it hard to build a good physique, have energy, have focus, have good digestion, have health, feel amazing because you are biologically suppressed, not because you're lazy, you don't have the genetics, or you're not good enough, or you're broken. This is me when I was 21 years old. I was inflamed, low energy, bad digestion, hard time building muscle, unhealthy, messed up hormones. You can clearly see on these pictures how I was unhealthy. I had a very unhealthy look. Sunken and dark eye circles, receded jawline, hard time growing a beard, inflamed face. You can see here my eyes were pretty inflamed. And this is me now. This picture is in 2024, but you can clearly see here that I built some muscle, I have a better physique, but probably now is way better. This is what is January or February 2024, so it's almost 2 years now. I can grow a full beard. My eyes, there's no dark eye circles anymore. They are not inflamed. I have better skin. I have better hair. My beard is better. I had a forward growth on my jaw, a wider jaw. I think I look better now than before. And this was all due to these 4 pillars of my coaching: nervous system optimization, gut and digestive health, strength training, and hormone alignment. And if you're interested and want to know more, go in the first link in the description. You'll have every information that you need from my coaching. And also watch the videos I'll link here next so you can have more of an idea what are these 4 pillars. So what is the problem? Your energy system is broken. You have flattened dopamine baseline, disrupted circadian rhythm, chronically elevated cortisol, inflamed gut. This is all the things that I had, and I bet most modern men have. And this leads to no drive to do things that are hard, imbalanced hormones and neurotransmitters, low energy, and anxious. And why you feel like that? Because you have phone stimulation 24/7. You have things are very stimulating that gives you this big hit of dopamine. You get this high of dopamine, such as porn, video games, highly stimulating foods, caffeine abuse, refined carbs and seed oils. This destroys your hormones, neurotransmitters, your gut. Constant stress, which will tank your testosterone, which is needed for you to develop masculine features, for you to build muscle. Bad habits could be alcohol, going out, drinking, smoking, sleeping at 4 a.m. All of these things plays a big role on how you feel, especially on your dopamine baseline. All of these things are connected with your dopamine, your gut, your hormones, your neurotransmitters. And for example, when you have phone stimulation 24/7, when you are basically addicted, you want to scroll on your phone, on Reels, on TikTok, you are destroying your dopamine baseline. And what happens is that when you try to sit down, work, focus, you cannot, because this doesn't give you that high like scrolling or eating some junk food or playing video games. And this is what happens with a lot of guys, and they say, I'm not motivated to go to the gym, I'm not motivated to start a business, I want to be comfortable. And this is one of the reasons. And this leads to anxiety, low energy, because your hormones and neurotransmitters affects your energy levels, your motivation levels. If you're depressed, if you're happy, all of these things. So they're all interconnected. And how do you get your power back? There's 2 things here that I think are very important for you to get your power back. And it is fixing your mornings and fixing your nights. Let's start with the mornings. So the mornings, I'd call this cold morning. No phone, no dopamine. This is what I do. The first 3-4 hours of the day, I don't pick my phone. I don't use any social media. I sit down, I work. That's all I do the first 3-4 hours of the day. And what I've noticed is that I have more focus, I have more energy, mental power. I get less distracted. Compare it with when I wake up, I'm using my phone, I'm going to Instagram, answer some friend messages, watching some reels. All of these things takes your energy away, takes your focus away, and you are going to get very distracted. So what you should do when you wake up, no phone. Even if you don't work at home like me, I work at home. If you have to go to your job, your 9 to 5 or whatever, the first 3 4 hours, don't touch your phone. The moment you wake up and the moment you arrive at your job, don't touch your phone. Like, and obvious, if you have to answer or call someone, of course, do it. But avoid using the phone as much as possible, and you'll see that your focus, your energy levels, your mental power, will be better, and you will get distracted way less. And you'll see that your output and input will be better. High fat meals. This is key for stable energy, for focus, and brain power. The problem with when you eat too much carbs or sugars right in the morning is that your insulin will spike, and then 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, it will tank. And what happens is that you have this crash of energy. You want to sleep. A lot of people have this problem. They wake up at 7, they eat at 9, at 10, they are sleepy. They need to have some sugar. They need to have some coffee to get their bodies awaken again because of this. So avoiding all carbs, all sugars right in the morning is one of the best things you can do for energy, focus, and also digestion. Because usually the carbs that people eat are oats, bread, some cereal, and these foods are not the best thing for your digestion. When you keep it clean, such as eggs, meat, some raw milk, this will keep your digestion pretty good. You'll have more energy, more focus, and you'll feel better. Then sunlight on eyes and skin. First thing in the morning when you wake up, try to get some sunlight. This will regulate your circadian rhythm, your neurotransmitters, and also your hormones. And this can make you feel good, more energy, more focus, all of these things that you really need in the morning. At least that's what I believe. In the morning is when you want to be the sharpest, mentally and physically. I'd recommend eating carbs in the morning only if you are going to exercise right away in the morning. And then hydration. Hydration is not just water. Hydration is fats, mineral, and water. Fats are very important to hydrate your whole body, your cells. Especially now during winter, you want more fats to keep your skin healthy. You don't want to have cracked lips or your skin peeling off. Minerals is what you want for hydration. Plain water will not do it, just will make you more dehydrated. Focus on having mineral-rich foods. Put some salt in the water, good quality salt. This will make you hydrated. Drinking something like raw milk will give you the nutrients, will give you the minerals, will keep you hydrated. Eating fats, egg yolks, all of these things will keep you hydrated, will give you the focus, the mental power that you need in the morning. And when you do these things, everything else in your day will be better. Your hormones will be better. You'll have less hunger. You'll have less cravings. Your insulin will be more stable, so you don't have these spikes and crashes. And when you have these spikes of insulin, you tend to have cravings, anxiety, and also produce more fat, have higher cortisol, all of these things that you don't want. And at night, going to bed at the same time every single day, you want to develop a bed routine. Deep sleep, dark and cool room. This will help with sleeping better, having a deeper sleep. Try to relax as much as possible at night. At night, I think, is where you should be playing video games that relaxes you, watching a movie with your girlfriend, a series or whatever that you like to relax. This will put you in a parasympathetic state, which is a calm state, and this will allow you to recover from your workouts. Your nervous system will recover better. You'll feel better. You'll sleep better. All of these things. No meals 3 hours before bed. This because you don't want to eat and go right to bed because your digestion will not let you sleep. I've experimented with this a lot of times, and sometimes this happens with me. I'm working till late. I'm distracted. Then I say, oh, it's time to eat. And sometimes it's late and my sleep is not good. So 3 hours before bed, don't eat nothing. Magnesium-rich foods and carbs help with sleep. So your last meal, I believe, should be a magnesium-rich food. You have fish, chicken, ground pork, ribeye. These are examples, but there's a lot of other foods that are rich in magnesium. And one thing, don't eat canned foods. Don't eat canned tuna, eat fresh tuna always. Some carbs will help you sleep. Honey, fruits, raw milk, the carbs from raw milk or yogurt, kefir will also aid with sleep. For me, it works. Some of my clients, they have seen that they sleep better when they drink some raw milk with honey. This combination is good for sleep. So you could try it and check it out. So, and if you get these two things dialed in, you'll see that you'll have more energy, more power. Your physique starts to change. Your body composition changes. You have more power in the gym because you're recovered properly. You have the nutrients, you're hydrated. All of these things are important. Your hormones, your neurotransmitters are things that people don't talk about a lot, but are very important on your journey of building muscle, getting stronger, getting healthier. Now, training, important if you want to get the physique and the strength, important. So I'd say 3-4 times a week of training is the best. Progressive overload every week, meaning you add more weight every single week. It doesn't need to be 10 kilograms, like 5 kilograms, 2 kilograms, 1 kilogram is enough. Or try to do more reps with the same weight. High frequency on exercise that you want to get the best. For example, you want to get strong at pull-ups, probably doing it 2-3 times a week would be best for faster progress. Bird's eye recovery, this is one thing that I always talk about. Recovery first. You want to be recovered from session to session, especially from primary session to primary session. So eating well, sleeping well, having your days, your mornings and nights dialed in will help you with this. You don't need to push to the limits, aim for 1 to 2 reps in reserve. If you are not an athlete, you don't want to be an athlete, you don't want to be a bodybuilder, you don't want to be a Olympic lifter, power lifter or whatever, you don't need to be pushing to the limits. You don't need to do 2 hours to 4 hours of training like sometimes I do because I'm an athlete. And just keeping it 1-2 reps in reserve and making progressive overload slowly is all that you need because you don't want to fry your nervous system. You want to keep your hormones in check because too much will wreck your hormones, will wreck your neurotransmitters, will destroy your nervous system. And if you're a beginner and you don't know these things that well, sometimes you can do way too much and that will not benefit you in any way. You will not build more muscle because you're pushing to the limit every single session. And this may still sound confusing for some of you. So I'm going to leave a free training program and diet/food guide with meal ideas that I'd recommend, that I do, some of my clients do. It's not the same, it's just an idea for you to have an idea of what to eat for better hormones, for better digestion, for better health, a shopping list, everything there. And this training and on this training program, you don't need to do that. You just need to watch the videos, the tutorials, and this way you'll learn how to progress every week with the lifts, or you could follow it. Just do whatever you want, but I guarantee that you will learn something to apply into your training by watching tutorial videos. So what happens when you start doing this? Well, you start getting more energy, you make more progress. These are my clients. This client of mine in 2 months, this is transformation, why transformation 2 months, and he added almost 20 kilograms or around 40 pounds to his bench press in just 2 months, improving sleep. You can see here, before and after, how it improved his sleep, more energy throughout the day, so he can work 7 times a week, which is good. Losing body fat very fast. If you're someone who has a lot of weight, you will lose the fat pretty fast. You'll lose weight pretty fast if you apply these methods. Going from skinny guy to muscles, buff guy, from a skinny guy, 0 to a static body, and also the sleep. This is the screenshots of some of my clients. They have been having the best sleep ever, the best energy levels, the most recovery, the best digestion, everything. And if you're interested in this, go to the first link in the description. Let's work together and we'll apply these 4 pillars that I use, these 4 pillars of my work framework that will get you to a whole new level. This is not just a training program and nutrition plan, it's everything that you need to go to the next level. Also, I had the same transformation as you can see here. So yeah, first link in the description, book a free call. Let's work together.